Hello, this is Mike Cattermole of At The Races and Channel 4 Racing, looking ahead to Gold Cup Day at Royal Ascot for Stan James. Well, history could be made at Royal Ascot on Thursday when Yates goes for an unprecedented fourth win in the Gold Cup. More about him in a moment. But the day begins with the Norfolk Stakes, and many will look no further than Monsieur Chevalier for the winner. Richard Hannon's colt has won all four of his starts and is more than just a speedy juvenile. He can sit off the pace and then quicken, as he did when running away with the National Stakes at Sandown last time from the talented Star Rover. Monsieur Chevalier is a proper little professional and appeals as one of the bankers of the week. Perhaps the most interesting runner in the race, though, is Yogaroo, the American raider who won his maiden on the poly track at Keeneland by over 5 lengths. It will be fascinating to see how he goes here. Then it's the Ribblesdale, Ascot's Oaks. This comes quite quickly this year after the Epsom Oaks, and of those who ran there, only Oh Goodness Me, 7th at Epsom, is among the entries. Jim Bolger's filly will need to settle a lot better though if she's to figure. I do like the look of Leo Corno, a half-sister to the likes of Golan, who only won a handicap at Sandown on her reappearance, but did in the style of a real pattern race performer. She looks the pick of the 3 Sir Michael Stoute entries. The other one to look at here is Take the Hint, who won the listed Pretty Polly Stakes at Newmarket in May and has been guided towards this ever since by John Gosden. Then all eyes will be on the mighty Yates as he goes for Gold Cup win number 4. Can he do it? Well, of course he can. What a wonderful win last year when equalling Sagaro's hat-trick, his staying power pulling him clear of Geordieland, who threatened to spoil the party with a strong challenge up the straight. True, Yates was well beaten on his reappearance. That came in very tiring ground, and there's no doubt that Aidan O'Brien will have him tuned up to the minute for this. The word is he's been pleasing his trainer. If age catches up with him, perhaps Geordieland, the same age though as Yates incidentally, can capitalise. He put Pat Kai firmly in his place in some style at Sandown last time. Pat Kai had looked good at Ascot over 2 miles, has got a good turn of foot for a stayer, but he hung quite badly at Sandown. That's not the first time he's done that, and for me, he's clearly not straightforward. The Britannia is the Hunt Cup for 3-year-olds and is harder in many ways to fathom. It contains a number of unexposed types who've been laid out for the race. Last year the finish was fought out by a mix of those drawn high and low, and to be honest, the draw at the new Ascot continues to be a real mystery. I was quite taken by Exceptional Art when he came from last to first in testing ground at Haydock, but quicker ground for Peter Chappell-Hyam's colt is an unknown factor. Eastern Empire, trained by John Hills, ran out a comfortable winner at Goodwood last time. He's clearly improving and at the right time, and he may not be too badly handicapped off his £7 higher mark. That's the same amount, in fact, that Brief Encounter, who's trained by Andrew Balding, has gone up after showing a brilliant turn of foot to win over 7 furlongs at York. Then, of course, there's Desert Creek, who landed a spectacular gamble at Haydock in heavy ground to add a win on fast at Windsor before that. Sir Michael Stoute's colt now up £10, but as with many of these, he may well be what we call a group horse masquerading as a handicapper. The Queen herself will be hoping to get in on the score sheet in the Hampton Court Stakes next with 4 wins, who's been aimed for this since his win at Newmarket. His previous second to Oak's third high-heeled was a good effort in retrospect. Pallavicini, who may have needed the run that day, was 4th, but is actually £5 worse off now with 4 wins. I think 4 wins has got a really good chance of a famous win here for the informed Michael Bell. And in fact, Her Majesty's free agent heads the weights in the closing King George V handicap, but he faces no easy task after being well held at Goodwood. You have to respect anything that Sir Michael Stoute runs here, as he's won the race 4 times since 1998. Ryan Moore is on board Class is Class, who won his maiden over a mile, but has a real middle distance pedigree by Montjou. He's an interesting one, all right, but Mark Johnston also has got 4 winners of this in his CV. He's got plenty of good types to consider in this, and he's actually entered 6 in the race. Stable jockey Joe Fanning is on board the front-running Key D'Orsay, who's as tough as they come. Note also that Johann Zoffany, winner of his last 2 in Ireland, is Aidan O'Brien's only entry.